Navyug Pragati channel is a bold step in promoting digital education. It will make education accessible to students of Navyug schools and across India. This video will deal with the following learning outcomes: learning the properties of an object, interaction between an object's property, fluid density, the Archimedes principle.
Now we are going to do an experiment. I am not introducing the topic today. I want you to elucidate or try to understand as to what am I talking about, and after the experiment I am just going to introduce a topic and observe carefully as to what am I doing. I've taken a bowl of glass bowl with little less than the brim of the vessel. I've filled it up with water. 3/4 of the vessel is filled with water now. I'm taking a needle. I've painted the needle little half with black paint. I hope you can see the needle over here. Now I'm just going to drop this needle inside the water. Now the concept of sinking and floating, we are just going to use this in explaining this particular experiment. Okay. Now I'm dropping this needle inside the water. I hope you can see it. Now the needle has sunken.
Let's see why ships don't sink
inside the water
when compared to the needle. The ship is huge and it weighs thousands and thousands of tons.
The needle has sunk inside the water.
The needle weighs a few milligrams when compared to a ship. So when a ship can float, why can't the needle float? Now you can see a ship floating on the water. There are two forces that are acting on the ship. One is a gravitational force that is pulling the ship downwards, and the other is a buoyancy force that is pushing the ship upwards. These two forces are working equally because, according to Newton's third law, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So this keeps the ship afloat. So if this is the case, why can't the needle also float? This is because this has got nothing to do with the weight, but it has got something to do with the density. Now let's explain this with the help of Archimedes principle. That is, when an object displaces more water than its weight, it floats. And when an object displaces the same water as its weight, it sinks. Now we are seeing three beakers in this picture. In one, the cork floats on the water. In the other, the wood floats in the water. And in the third one, the iron cube sinks. You can explain the floating and the sinking of the objects in these three beakers using Archimedes' principle. That is, when the density of the water is lesser than the density of the object, then it sinks. And if the density of the object is less than the density of the liquid, it floats. Now coming back to the needle experiment, we have been able to reduce the density of the needle by placing a leaf, and if you remove the leaf, the needle sinks. Therefore this shows that the needle can be kept afloat if the total average density can be reduced as compared to the density of the water. Therefore, as long as the needle was floating on the leaf, the average density of the needle and the leaf was less than the density of the water.